Peaky Blinders, The Immortal Man. So, if you don't know, I am actually a big fan of Peaky Blinders. And so, when this film was announced, I was really hyped up, I wanted to see how this story concludes, how the chapter of Tommy Shelby concludes. And in this film, Tommy Shelby must get back to Birmingham once again to save his son and his nation. Because this film is set during World War II, and his son, Duke, is involved in a Nazi plot that can really mess up or change the fate of Birmingham and the nation. So, this time around, Tommy Shelby needs to get back up from his self-imposed exile and return to save his son in Birmingham. Now, I noticed something. I watched the trailer, right? And I noticed something was off with Tommy Shelby. The treatment of this Tommy Shelby versus the Tommy Shelby in the TV show is very different. Because here in the movie, Tommy Shelby is quite stagnant. In the TV show, he was constantly chasing after things. But in this film, he is stagnant, he is depressed, and he is subdued. Alright? And the performance by Cillian Murphy I thought was amazing. But then again, the writing of Tommy Shelby in this film was very different. And that kind of bugged me because also he now has some PTSD. And one of the big factors why he got PTSD is the backstory stuff between him and Arthur. And if you haven't seen this film yet, this may be a spoiler, but in this film, Arthur is killed by Tommy off screen, and I have a huge problem with that. Because if you have seen Peaky Blinders, the show, the dynamic between Tommy and Arthur is unbreakable, and that is one of the selling points of the show. And also, when you see how Tommy Shelby killed Arthur in this film, it just doesn't make sense. It is way out of character for Tommy to do such a thing because he loves his brother, Their bond is infinite. So, to make me believe that Tommy just kills Arthur Shelby in a car, it just wouldn't make sense. It doesn't really make sense. That is the first big problem that I encounter in this film. And believe me, as a fan, I am really disappointed by this film because there are a lot of problems. But before I carry on, I should touch on the positives first. As I mentioned before, Cillian Murphy's performance as Tommy Shelby is amazing. He is still amazing even though the writing of his character was a little bit different here. And also, Barry Keoghan, who plays Duke, his estranged son, I thought his performance is really good. And when I see Barry Keoghan, I really know the resemblance between him and Cillian Murphy. So he was perfectly cast in the role of Duke Shelby, and Barry Keoghan also has this Shelby darkness in him. And when you see him on screen, yes, he has that. The only difference between him and Tommy is basically that Duke is really reckless and doesn't really know what he's doing, let alone lead the Peaky Blinders. No, he can't do that. He's not ready yet. That's where his dynamic with his father comes in. Because, Tommy Shelby is this leader, and now he is a bit of a mentor to his son as well. And I really enjoyed their dynamic. But it takes Tommy Shelby a really long time to get involved in the plot eventually, because yes, he has heavy PTSD, and I don't know, man, it's out of his character. I know he is stagnant, but I don't think that the movie should have spent as much time as it did exploring Tommy's PTSD. And that bleeds out into the use of the villain too. The villain here played by Tim Roth. Tim Roth's performance was okay. He's decent in the role, but he's not given anything to do in the role. Not until the very end, when he does something important and is very emotional. Tim Roth as this villain, he's quite forgettable, to be honest. Alright? And now, let's talk about the big thing that happened in the end of this film. Man, Tommy Shelby, the Immortal Man himself, is killed. He is now dead. Alright? And I don't have a necessarily big problem with Tommy Shelby's death. Alright? I can accept it. Even though, when you think back on the title, The Immortal Man, it makes you think twice. Why does the Immortal Man die? Because when you see this film, when you're watching it, it's clear that the main motivation that they made this film is to kill Tommy Shelby from the start and hand over the son to become the next leader of the Peaky Blinders. And I feel like, okay, I have no problems, no issue with him dying, because his death here was so painful to watch, and also it was easily avoidable. It could have been really easily avoidable. And if you want to kill a character like Tommy Shelby, he's iconic, but at least give him a proper death, in a brutal gunfight or something like that, where he doesn't have any chance and then eventually he gets shot or killed. I wouldn't have any problems whatsoever with that. But in this film, the way they killed Tommy Shelby was kind of disrespectful to who he is, and coupled with, Duke Shelby eventually shooting Tommy Shelby for a mercy kill, it wouldn't fit. It's not really the death scene that we're looking forward to for a character like Tommy Shelby. Alright? So, I do have a problem with how they executed this film. This film felt like they needed to wrap up all of the story plots from the show. Alright? But it never really comes up to it, because they're trying too hard to, close up all the loose ends. And also, the film forgets to be a really good standalone film. Because if you haven't seen Peaky Blinders, you won't understand anything that's happening in this film. Alright? Lucky for me, I have seen the Peaky Blinders and I loved it. So I had high expectations coming into this. And most of my expectations are letdowns. Alright? They're all resulted in letdowns, because I feel like this could have been an amazing film to end this saga with a banger. But no, the end product is kind of whatever. Alright? It also doesn't help that when you think about this film, there is no enjoyment factor whatsoever. In the show, Tommy Shelby is kind of this cool character, and in this film, he doesn't have cool moments in it. There are some couple of scenes here and there, but the main problem with his character in this film is that he is not cool. The villain, as I said before, he is just a normal guy. When you compare this character to Luca Changreta from season 4, Luca Changreta was super iconic. Alright? It doesn't even compare at all. So, I saw the film and I got really disappointed by it, because everything that I had hoped for is just gone. At least if you want to kill a character like Tommy Shelby, give him the death that he deserves. Alright? And the main motivation of this film existing was to kill Tommy Shelby from the start. I know it, I've watched it, and I really know that was the point from the start. And man, my god, this is not the conclusion that I hoped for. It's not so epic, it's not so grand, it's not really that action-packed, it's not even really that enjoyable. Alright? and it doesn't have that Peaky Blinders charm, Peaky Blinders moments, Tommy Shelby's moments. Okay, so I have a lot of issues with this film. That is very apparent. And now I will give Peaky Blinders, The Immortal Man, a 5 out of 10. I am really disappointed by this film. And tell me what you think about this film. Am I too harsh on it as a fan? And which season is the best of Peaky Blinders? For me, it was always season 4 with Luca Changreta's. Adrian Brody's performance is, impressive. Drop your thoughts, all of your thoughts in the comment section down below. And see you on the next video.